if there was anything they could do for their longtime subscriber.
I mean, we do this stuff. Just last year, Mike Ralston from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, watched all 4 seasons of The Tudors after his wife left him. We were there for him. We just like to check in on our customers from time to time.
This is the Onion News Network.
CopBlockRadio, welcome back. We're live. It's Wednesday, June 3rd, 2015.
My favorite time of the week.
Worm.
Dio.
Yeah, Dio, are you safe? Have you been contacted by the government?
Yes and no, through my lawyer.
Uh-oh. What's the news?
Well, my trial is not going to be going on now because the judge called my lawyer the day before talking about why don't you file a motion to dismiss? So I take it that means she wants to dismiss the case. I don't understand why she doesn't just do it herself.
Well, there's some paperwork. There's a process that we have to follow here, Dio. You know, justice is slow. I don't know what if there were justice, she would just drop it, right? But I guess she's saying she wants to follow the by the book rules and everything. I'm safe. I've not been contacted by the government. However, there is some news-worthy happenings going on here in Keene. You can see on the screen here, if you're following along at copblock.org/show, where you can see live video of the show as well as a chat room built in to join with other listeners. You can see Chief Brian C. Costa. According to the Sentinel here in Keene, the local paper, the Keene Police Department will once again be led by one of their own. Brian C. Costa was named the new chief on Friday. It's certainly humbling and an honor to be given an opportunity, he said. And if you think that Costa looks familiar, you may be thinking of this other famous cop.
Unit 23, come in 23. Do you need me out there? Do you need my assistance? What's up, Bone Deadlies? Did I miss a song?
Yeah, great.
Sing it again, rookie biatch.
It's Voyager,
Say Carrera.
Vermont plates. Hold on. Vermont plates, Alpha, God, Mustard, 1, Niner, Decade, China. Check it.
Roger, 23. You didn't say it.
Oh, I forgot.
I wrote it on the paper.
Oh, yeah.
That's everyone's favorite cop, Farva from Super Troopers. He's hilarious. And this guy, I mean, how much similar does this new cop look to Farva from that movie? Brian Costa is, I forget, Rod Farva. That's his name, right?
Chicken fucker.
Chicken fucker. I tried to play that clip. I couldn't find it right away. But anyway, I thought that was pretty funny news. You know, I do cop blocking here in Keene. I'm going to be video recording these people. I am involved in a lawsuit right now with the Keene Police Department where I'm, it's not a lawsuit, really. It's an appeal to the state Supreme Court here in New Hampshire. They've denied my concealed carry license. That was the chief who did that at the time. And now I'm trying to knock them down a peg saying, you can't just deny me just because of my activism. I've never hurt anyone. I'm not a violent person. You know, just having a history of arrests without looking into the reason why these are acts of peaceful noncompliance, you know, they are not something that makes me a danger. So it's ridiculous that they denied me. And anyway, this is my new frenemy, right? Because I was going up against the old chief of police here in Keene. Now I guess I'll be going up with this guy instead. So I'm kind of annoyed. I wish that I could, you know, meet the opponent that actually set this course into motion. But whatever. This guy, maybe he looks kind of friendly. Maybe I'll even reapply, have some success there. Also, in news of gun rights, for those of you who want to follow along at my website, thederekj.com, there's a link up at the top that says concealed carry trial. If you want to know all the background, including the videos of court proceedings that have already happened, you can go there. TheDerekJ.com has all the info on this. But basically, I was denied a concealed carry license in New Hampshire, which is a shall-issue state. It's bullshit, so I'm taking it up to the state Supreme Court. So that's what's going on. And this week, my lawyer filed a 30-page brief. 30-page brief! And it's going to kick their butts. They're just going to shit themselves as soon as they read it, and they're going to say, we got to have a hearing on this immediately, get this over with and get this guy a concealed carry license so that we don't get sued our asses off. So that's what's going on. And what about your trial? You're looking to get a denial or a dismissal. Probably going to happen because the judge said so.
Yeah.
Mo has had a rough week. He recently quit smoking. This is day 4. Still on it?
Yeah, he's still going at it. It's tough though, you know, because anytime you add any kind of nicotine, you have to start over, you know.
So you can't have any nicotine, nothing.
No, I mean you have to. The whole purpose of it is to get. You have to get it. I mean, I quit smoking like 6-7 years ago. So, like, what happened to me was I had to come to a point where I had to look myself in the eye in the fucking mirror and say, "You're lying if you think you're not getting nicotine this way," you know. And to come to terms with it to yourself and say, "I know I'm lying to myself, and I have to." I have to get the nicotine out of my body. That's the only way to do it. Once you get there, it's downhill from there. It's cake.
Well, I quit smoking. Jail helped. I was in jail at the time, so I had my last cigarette before walking in, and then 60 days in, it's like, you know, why start up once you're out?
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's a difficult thing to do. So I've got a funny story I want to share. Did we get all of our news announcements out of the way? We should mention this. CopBlock.org/store, and
absolutely
he's over the 3-day hump. Our buddy should be all right soon.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
okay. What?
The store.
What about it?
We got badges, shirts, sweatpants, hats, all kinds of stuff. We got new stuff coming in. We got packages of flyers and stuff. We're going to be sending out some flyers on the arm to like Brian in Fresno, CopBlock, and a couple other chapters that I know of that are doing good work.
CopBlock.org/store to get cool gear like this Who Owns You shirt.
And this, and this, and this.
Yes.
Shiny badge is now available.
I think it's something that makes you a little bit safer because it makes you stand out. It shows the police sort of what you're doing. They're wearing a uniform. And I'm not suggesting that cop blockers wear a uniform, but it does help to differentiate, like, what are people doing on this scene? I think it makes the police feel a little more comfortable with people recording them. New shiny badges, CopBlock.org/store. Peace.
Oh.
Yeah, man. All right,
sure.
I got news for you.
Give it to me.
Adorable pig, Daisy, poops with pride in police cruiser. You wait your whole life for these little moments, no? According to WXYZ ABC7, Shelby Township police in Shelby Township, Michigan, responded to a call to pick a rather unusual suspect on Thursday, a pig. The department posted the above picture to its Facebook page Thursday night. The Debbie Derrimacher.
Good luck on that one.
Tells 7 Action News that she was doing yard work at her home on Wolf Drive when all of a sudden a pig came barreling toward her. Not the police kind, the animal kind. It chased her into the front yard before getting distracted by a decorative ball. Derrimacher wasn't sure what to do, so she called 911, laughing, and explained the situation. Moments later, she tells 7 Action News the cop shot the pig. No, wait. A cop pulled up. We learned the pig has been reunited with its owner, but not before pooping in the police vehicle. And
I don't know if you can see this picture here, people, but this is oh my God, this thing left a mess. Holy crap.
You know, the cop is half to blame because they never buckle you in when you're back. And they're flying all over the place, you know? So what could this poor pig do? I want so much to add that I want to write witty responses and groan-inducing puns to redefine what irony even means. Yet I can't think of anything to add to the absolute perfection, the cosmic beauty, or the divine humor of such an incident. The universe has a sense of humor. The pig's name is Daisy. And that is one happy pig.
Unreal.
The pig of freedom. Getting in the police cruiser.
That's too funny, man. That is too funny.
It's really funny. Woo!
I'm wetting my jockeys over here.
Can you imagine being the cop who called? Oh, man.
I could see him on the, like, he's on the radio. Yeah, I'm coming back now. I got the, holy Jesus Christ, what the hell happened in there?
For fuck's sake.
This thing just shit all over my car.
All right, so we got that. Here's the Shelby Township. Oh, this is ridiculous. They changed it to their... Look at this. They changed their background image to the pig smiling. They loved it. They love it. You have a video of this pig?
There was something at the bottom of that in the CopBlock article.
Yes, that is in my Shelby Township police car.
Yeah, seriously.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Good job, Daisy.
Hey, does the live feed work for you? I gotta try this out. They're saying it's saying stand by or something.
Which live feed?
No, our feed is live. I just checked it. No, our feed is good. Yeah, man.
I knew pigs were full of crap, this guy said.
Okay. So where should we go next? Officer arrested for punching handcuffed victim. Atlanta cop arrested for helping murderer escape. What do you think?
Where did I just see? How about because since we were talking about gun rights and stuff, Southern Nevadans no longer required to register handguns.
Yay! Most people aren't required to register handguns, so yay for Nevada for catching up with everybody else.
Hey,
I know it's kind of worth.
It's news.
I know it's kind of worth.
It's news, right?
Well, you got a little bit more freedom in Nevada. I just feel like, you know, if you want to live in, what's that, the minority leader state? He looks like Droopy. What's his name?
You got
know
me,
what I'm
man.
talking about? It's
nope.
I'll just Google minority leader. Minority leader. Nevada. What's his name? Harry Reid. You know Harry Reid. This guy looks like Droopy the dog.
I know Droopy. Oh boy.
Yeah, and exactly. You know this guy.
Oh boy. Yeah, I know this fucking guy.
This is. I call him Droopy the dog. What he looks like. He's from Nevada. He's a libertard. He wants to take all the guns. All right. Yeah, you want to talk about that Nevada story next? Go for it.
Sure. I'll read it off.
Send me a link if
It's
you will.
just short.
Send me a link, please. All right, here we go.
Freekeen.com. Do you love Twitter?
In the chat.
You're the LRN.FM Twitter account, so you can receive our tweet at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
Hey, do you like pigs pooping in the back of police cruisers? Because I do. We're talking about it here on CopBlock Radio. If you want to call in, you got something to say. 413-418-COPS is our call-in line. You can also join us on Skype at CopBlock Radio. Right now, Dio's got a story for you about what's going on in Nevada.
Yeah, apparently Nevada's caught up with the rest of the country, and they're no longer required to register handguns. Yay for Southern Nevada.
Woo!
And it's only Southern Nevada too. So what about the rest?
So just one little area of the earth is told that their political masters are not requiring them to register their pieces of metal. Wow, that is really something. I'm glad to hear that. It's freedom moving in the right direction. People have more privacy, control over their private property. This is good.
Well, we got to worry about it too, because we got our boy Kelly Patterson is out there. So he's in the lion's den over there with this. So give him a little bit of extra freedom too. So he writes, the Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval has just signed into law a pair of bills that overturn the previous requirement in Clark County to register handguns with the police. Clark County, which includes Las Vegas, is located in the southernmost region of Nevada and comprises nearly 75% of the population of the entire state.
Okay, so this is a bigger deal than I thought. Even though it's only one county, it's 75% of the entire state.
Well, yeah, you got to pick a spot in the desert. You can't just be like roaming through the desert and having locations all over the place.
Right, and it's Las Vegas, which is pretty cool. So it means, if you're around maybe visiting Las Vegas, you don't have to register your firearm with the local federales. I don't know what. I'm talking about.
Federales. Oh, yay!
I mean, you still do, right? Because I don't know any other places besides New Hampshire. Maybe some exist, but in New Hampshire, you're not required to fill out any paperwork for a person-to-person, private sale. If I want to sell you my gun, you're a resident of New Hampshire, and I know that you're not a felon or domestic, partner beater, then I can sell you a firearm without any paperwork.
Ohio as well.
Oh, okay, Brad. Yeah,
Yep.
so, I'm into that, and I am so surprised that the rest of the country has these forms that they have to fill out and go ask the.
It's not really the rest of the country. It's select spots, like you got New York and California and Nevada and stuff like that. I mean, maybe I think Florida too.
I think it's most of the country, man. I think that they do those federal background checks everywhere. You don't need to do that in New Hampshire.
Well, again, I don't think you need to do it in Ohio either. But I mean,
at a regular store, you do.
Yeah, but not like you said when you're doing like a hand-to-hand to for person to person. Like you can go to gun auctions and gun shows and stuff around here and buy whatever you want to buy. The onus in Ohio, the onus is on the person buying. If you're a felon, then you're the one breaking the law, not the person selling you the gun. So, they cover themselves like that. So,
yeah, I'm glad to hear this. It's going on in a lot of places. Like New Hampshire's got the constitutional carry thing going. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, I'm taking the local police to the Supreme Court on the issue, so that should make some precedent. And then Maine, I believe, is also going toward constitutional carry. So it's like, I don't know. I hated watching the pendulum swing away from gun rights for a while, but it really looks like the pendulum is swinging back right now.
Sure, and no more important time than now, too.
Why is that?
Just because the government tyranny is just getting too much to bear. It's we can't be giving it up now.
Oh, what? Whatever. I don't think guns are going to do a whole lot with regard to tyranny. It's already like the worst, most. There's more tyranny now than I could have ever predicted years ago.
Oh, sure.
I don't think guns are going to help.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see, huh?
Well, I mean, like, what do you have? Superior firepower to the U.S. military? Really? Could anyone claim that?
No, I don't have any flamethrowers, so I'm pretty much fucked if I got to go up against the army.
I don't think firepower is really the way to win it. And this is kind of an aside from the story, but we were talking about guns and everything. A lot of people who like to listen to this kind of content, a lot of people who are cop blockers are what I call gun cleaners. A lot aren't, but we do have these people in our crowd. And I am not one, and I really want to distance myself from those cop blockers who are gun cleaners, who talk about carrying around guns for the purpose of revolution or defending against a tyranny. It's like, yeah, I get that. Like, I get the idea of self-defense and whatever, but we're so far past the point where guns to defend against tyranny would have been an appropriate or I don't know, it's not acceptable, but it wouldn't work right now. You're overpowered. You're far overpowered. So
You may be right, but that don't mean you should be giving up the rights.
no, I agree with you. But a new strategy is what I am begging the gun cleaners for. Is like, hey, that's probably not going to work. Can we try something else? And by the way, speaking, not even talking about practicality, like will it work? I don't want to see bloodshed. You know, these people might be assholes who want to control you and control your life, but I don't want to see people die. I want to see people change their behavior. Oh yeah, and Nathan in the chat points out that it's probably too late after the whiskey rebellion back in the late
He's got a point. He's got a point there.
Right. So anyway, it's fun to have guns. I love to play with them, to responsibly shoot targets and stuff. But and I would use them as self-defense should my life require it, the situation I find myself in. But to protect against tyranny, no. I'm sorry. I gotta use my mouth for that to speak truth to power, to speak the truth to the masses, to reveal stories that aren't being covered enough, to spread the word about technologies like 3D printers, where people can 3D print their own guns and then say, fuck the law, I'll print my own guns anyway. Or the technologies like Bitcoin that empower people to trade in the black markets, the unregulated government, without government markets. So, these are ways that we can increase our freedom without any bloodshed. That's what I'd like to see.
Well, speaking of increasing our freedom, we're 2 weeks out of broadcasting from PorkFest too. Don't forget that. Yeah,
I can't forget that. I think about it every day.
Yeah, me too. Actually, me actually too. I'm looking forward to seeing you and everybody else.
Yeah,
again.
be there all week.
Yep.
Yeah, PorkFest is the shit. I can't wait. I'm gonna pretty much just camp out in the LRN.FM media room. I got
a site with Classy Glass, and I'm gonna have the CopBlock store stuff set up there. Yeah,
right up on the corner with Classy Glass where they were last time.
No, we didn't get the same site they had last time. We're gonna be up in like the next row over.
They had a really good location. Are they gonna stay there?
Yeah, they did. No.
Okay, why not?
It's the way PorkFest works this year, I guess. I don't know.
There's always something changing. One of the cool things about PorkFest is that you get to meet and interact with all of these different people, these cop blockers from around the country. And it's not just cop block people, man. People from all walks of life.
All kinds of liberty-oriented folks.
We will be broadcasting a live episode of Cop Block Radio, live from PorkFest. Woo!
For sure.
Time began. Tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
Yeah.
That was a good segue, huh?
Yeah, to that commercial. It was a perfect. Tyranny, guns, guns and weed.
PorkFest.
Actually, the movie is called Guns and Weed: The Road to Freedom. Let me take the road to freedom right now. Actually, do you have a gun with you, Gio?
I do.
Oh, right here while you're broadcasting?
It's put away, yeah.
Okay. Well, I always like to know. I feel safer knowing that there's a gun around. When I co-host with the Fiends, I always make sure one of my co-hosts have guns with them. It's good to be, it's good to be on radio and have your gun. You're safely defending your room.
And your weed.
Yeah, guns and weed.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what happened to Michael.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Let's get someone else. Can we get someone else?
Not at this short notice, but
get him anyway.
Why don't you go downstairs and see who's hanging out down there?
Seriously. Probably could. I don't want to do that though. Yeah.
See if Rich Paul's down there. He could really start talking about weed.
Now, Rich is in the Freetown, Grafton. Have you heard of Grafton?
Mm-mm.
It's the home of the Freetown Project. So, like within the Free State Project, there's the Freetown Project, which is in Grafton, New Hampshire.
Okay.
And, they have no zoning laws, no property taxes, town of population of like 200, and like 20 of them are activists who moved there as part of the Free State Project. So they've pretty much taken over this little town, and they can do anything they want. And it's pretty cool to watch the town council meetings happening. And during the last town council meeting, the moderator actually cried. She went into tears because she was so upset at how the activists were taking control of the town meeting, because it doesn't take many of them, like you think if you go to your town meeting, you're one of maybe 20 people or something. You got 20 activists showing up in a town of 200. They've taken over the whole place. I mean, you've outnumbered them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting to see that strategy at work.
That's cool.
Grafton's cool. It's too remote for me.
Where is it exactly? I mean, like geographically. How southwest, northwest of Keene? What direction you got?
It's like in the middle of the state.
So probably north of Keene.
Yeah, someone's criticizing me on the chat room here.
How dare they?
You can't criticize me. I'm writing about everything. What's this about? He's saying
you're lacking the mad perspective.
Yeah, mutual assured destruction.
Yeah, that's where I come at it with is, I'm just not giving mine up just because of that simple reason that I'm going to keep mine for no matter what, because it doesn't matter whoever the self-defense that I need to use it against is. I don't care who it is that comes at me,
Oh, well then let's talk about that when we come back. Is that cool?
All
right.
The Shire map at shiresociety.com. That's shiresociety.com.
Listen to LRN.FM on it.
Lord Helmet.
0309 13-493-0309.
Yo, pass to the left.
I got it right here. There you go.
Welcome to CopBlockRadio. Hey, we're live. It's Wednesday, June 3rd, 2015. Hey, Dio, my Aunt Ricky turned 97 today.
That's beautiful, man. I love seeing that. The older the better, man. More power to her.
Can I show you a picture of Aunt Ricky?
Sure.
So for the listeners at home, you can watch the show at copblock.org/show. This is my Aunt Ricky holding some of her birthday cards. Look how old she is, man. She is freaking old. You can see it all over her face. But she's still happy and smiling. She's got good hair. And she doesn't wear glasses. So pretty good. Hopefully some of those genes rub off on me. So there we go. Happy birthday.
May
Aunt
you
Ricky,
live to
I
be
love
that
you.
long.
Mwah. Mwah. She's very important in my life. Taught me to stand up for myself, damn it. I probably would have been a cop blocker without Aunt Ricky and her courage. And her brother was a cop. Her brother was a state trooper in New Jersey. And, that's my grandpa. So, sucks. I never really got to talk with him about how much I hate that he was a cop. But when I knew him, he was a clock man. So, fuck it. Let's pass the past. Hey, I want to know what we were talking about earlier about guns and defense against tyranny. The topic sort of like, I lost interest and we moved on, but in the chat room, they're still talking about it. And they brought up the mutually assured destruction argument. What is that?
It's basically, you got yours, I got mine, and we'll just sit here pointing them at each other until somebody wants to make a move. And that when you're whoever makes the first move is going to cause the reaction of the retaliation and everything like that. So they don't shoot first because they don't want to, they don't want to have a big confrontation and stuff like that. So that is part of it. But, like I said, it doesn't matter. you're right in the degree that it's for a self-defense thing, but to me, it doesn't matter who it is that comes at you. You need to defend yourself no matter who it is. If it's a person in a fucking uniform with a badge and everything, you know what I mean? If it's not a lawful act that he's doing to you, then you have every right to defend yourself as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So.
Well, I don't see it working. I mean, I get your argument. It may work for some individuals, but in the instances I've seen, let's take New Orleans, for example. People were told to give over their guns, and they did exactly that. So
I know. I actually watched that news footage kind of with like, I mean, like my heart was breaking when I was watching it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, what are you doing? Stop that. Don't just give them up.
What the fuck are the guns for if not for saying no to the person who says, give me that?
Yeah, exactly.
It
really
was pretty bizarre to see. But then again, weren't these people making the practically correct choice to save their lives? You know, turn over the gun, live to fight another day, and enjoy your life as much as you can. And then, you know, maybe you'll get it back, maybe you won't. But that's the price of living under a tyranny, right? I mean, we have to recognize that we live under tyranny, and any kind of freedom that we do enjoy is sort of a gift.
Well,
so, like, if you want to live, there are degrees of tyranny. So if you want to live in a place like New Orleans, you got to be in the most tyrannical part of the country.
I mean, like, I wouldn't have been trying to tell them guys that I had them guns in the first place, but like the most disgusting thing I saw was when that little old lady had the little, you know, the old wheel gun, and like they didn't even know if it was loaded, and they just like attacked her and took it away from her and shit. And it was like,
I remember they tackled that 90-year-old lady or whatever back in the cupboard because she had some Derringer or something.
Yeah, it was disgusting. You know, that annoys the shit out of me. But you know, again, for me, I wouldn't have been trying to tell them that I had the shit either. So you know,
if the police aren't that. All right, so the people who are going to do mass raids like they did in Watertown or in New Orleans, where they're going door to door, and they have done that, and they do drills on that all the time, so don't think it can't happen where you live. When the cops do that, they have always been successful in not using any sort of violence. You know, no guns at least. Well, they use the guns. They point the guns at people, but they don't have to fire them at anyone. In collecting all of these guns, I'm wondering, man. Like, I don't know. I don't want to see or hear of any return fire. But then again, I don't want to see or hear of any people in the U.S. trying to collect Americans' guns. It's sort of like, I don't know. It's just wrong. And it doesn't have that ring to me of like, oh, they'll march you off to the gulags next. Because I'm like, we're already in the big gulags. It's just a big prison. So losing guns, it's not about fighting tyranny to me. I mean, I guess I'll just make it personal and say, look, I would never use a weapon on an agent of the state. It's just not my modus operandi. But if you're some regular petty criminal who's mugging me in the street, like, yeah, you're damn right. I've got my firearm ready to protect against that kind of person. But
yeah, but with these cops these days, how the fuck are you to know? Some guy comes and accosts you in the street in plain clothes. You don't know he's a cop. He doesn't tell you he's a cop right off. And next thing you know, you're at you guys are having a standoff or something.
They usually show their badge right up off the front when they're trying to, pull you over for something, or they want to do a Terry frisk or whatever. They'll flash their badge first before doing that. That's a stupid mistake. You don't want to.
I mean, I hate to use something like it, but look at Tupac, right? Didn't he get off because he shot 2 cops that were selling illegal guns or some shit on the street?
Oh, really? No, I guess I'm a little ignorant about that, but
hey, I from what I understand, he shot a couple of I think in Philadelphia actually, a couple of cops that they were like selling stolen guns out of their trunk of their car. And they were like beating on a guy or something like that who owed them money or whatever the case may have been. I don't remember, like exactly how it went or whatever. I read this a long time ago, but and he got off. He didn't get charged with shooting these cops because they were breaking the law themselves when he shot them.
Yeah. Hey, what about a citizen's arrest? There was a caller on Free Talk Live an hour ago, who was saying, "Oh, what we need to do is arrest some of these criminal cops, and that'll start turning them around, and they'll think twice before." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've heard that before, but has anyone done that? And have they done it successfully? And what are the steps that a person needs to take in order to enact a citizen's arrest? And then wouldn't you get charged with kidnapping? And what are the dangers here?"
It's definitely a lot of dangers. I don't know that necessarily arresting them is the thing, but to get them convicted is the thing. That's what's going to put the fucking scare into them.
Yeah.
Just arresting them, they're like, "Oh, hey, buddy, come down with me. Okay, no handcuffs. Yeah, no problem." Their arrest is not a big deal to them.
I don't know. I can't see myself arresting a cop I feel like what they do is a violation of my humanity. So I shouldn't violate their humanity in return. Like, two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
So
they
that's
make you feel a lot better.
Whatever. Temporary. I think what would be longer lasting is like that cop who pepper sprayed me in the face. I call him Pepper. I forget Michael Kopcha. That's his name.
You call him Pepper?
Yeah. When I see him in the street, like, I'll ask for an apology, and he hates that. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's not illegal. It's not harassment to ask for an apology in a polite way. But I know that he hates seeing me. Like, I think he hates it more than if I were to have arrested him and gotten him charged with something. It's just like making his life a little, I don't know. I don't take glee out of making his life unpleasant. I don't want to sound like I'm putting it that way, but I just feel like the universe has its own cosmic consequences. It's got karma working somehow. Hey, when we come back, speaking of karma, a cop got arrested for helping a murderer escape. Yeah. Yeah.
Devour the flesh of the living. Max is 11 years old and survived. Slow moving and non-thinking, the dead swarm his home. Now he must apply his birthright Freedom Scouts training to improvise his escape. For Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, or read Chapter 1 at SurvivorMax.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and properties is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people.
We got a new host on the Freedom Fiends.
Demonstrating to the entire country.
Yeah, we can have.
What's that?
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's
Feminism LOL. Have you heard of it? It's a YouTube channel. She's I think she's an anti-feminist. I think she makes fun of feminism. That's why it's Feminism LOL. If people want to watch that show, it's called Freedom Fiends. FreedomFiends.com. And it's actually not a show you can watch. It's audio only. It's really good. Really good audio, too. Hey, do you like my shirt, Dio? Have you seen it? Oh, wait, I got to put my glasses on.
Yeah.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM.
The shirt requires glasses.
Yeah, man.
Buy the things you buy online.
The shirt does require glasses.
Yeah, this shirt is for tripping out, man. And it's on the back too. So everywhere I'm walking around, people are like, "What the hell is that guy doing? What's he on?"
Make sure you bring that to Porkfest.
Yeah, I guess I will. It gets cold at night. This is a sweatshirt, so it's like for colder weather.
Well, we're hoping that you'll buy a sweatshirt from us on them cold winter nights.
I already have a Cop Block sweatshirt. I need a. I don't know. There's got to be some other sweatshirt I don't have yet.
We got the long sleeve ones too, and we got them. We got the Who Owns You ones now, and the Am I Free to Go ones.
I forget what one I have. I want the Who Owns You. You have a Who Owns You sweatshirt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'll buy that. I like that. Who Owns You is awesome.
Cool.
I love my Who Owns You t-shirt.
Yeah, I got one of them too.
I'm gonna put my cool shades back on. I feel like Howard Stern.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. Yeah. Man, I've been on a real Stern kick lately. I'm watching a lot of old Stern.
Oh yeah.
He's a real inspiration for me. I want to be Howard Stern. That's the
I like it when he used to his old shit back in New York back in the day.
I like him. I get the feeling that I could be like him. He's like a celebrity that doesn't really fit in with the other celebrities. You know what I mean? He wants to do his own thing. He's not really interested in hanging out. He likes doing his work. I just leave him alone. You know? That's me. It's like, I want to do my work. I'm not really interested in all this simple stuff.
I used to get what used to turn me off about him was when he used to like really spend the entire show just ragging on fucking one of the guys, you know, like either John or Gary or something, you know, just like he would. I mean, it was funny for a little while because some funny shit would come out of it, but like when he spent the entire fucking show harping on his fucking potato, like, I mean, just that used to piss me off.
Yeah.
You know, like, get the fuck over it already and move on, man. You know?
CopBlockRadio. Hey, a cop was arrested, man. Arrested for helping a murderer escape. Boo. Doing the wrong thing, copper. Hey, Tommy Williams took an oath to protect and serve the community, to uphold the law at every chance possible, and to protect people from those who want to do him harm. It seems that Williams used his power of discretion when one of his friends, Jabri Mathis, who just so happened to be wanted for 13 charges, including 2 counts of murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and possession of a weapon while committing a felony escape police custody. Wow. So this dude helped his friend escape police custody. How long did he think that was going to last? I mean, I was just giving him one chance, like, hey, I'm not going to be the one to catch you, so keep running, man. I mean, like, if you're friends with a felon who actually does serious crimes and you're a cop, you know you're going to be the dirty cop who doesn't let your, you know, you're not going to arrest your friend. So I can't really blame him for this, but it's more of a problem with policing, isn't it?
All right, man, I'm going to turn my back, and you got 10 seconds to run as far as you can that way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, do you think that's not what happened here? So CBS 46 was told Williams was with the fugitive when he helped him escape on May 15th. The arrest report shows cops were chasing Mathis when he ran inside a home on the 500 block of James P. Brawley Drive. That's when Mathis escaped from the back of the house, jumped a fence, and ran away. Okay. So they were chasing him, and they were like, oh, he jumped over the... I've tried that trick once. You know that? You remember in Victimless Crime Spree, and I'm so pissed. This is the one arrest that you really can't see in Victimless Crime Spree. Free plug, by the way. It's victimlesscrimespree.com. If you want to watch the movie, it's all free. It's on YouTube. 90 minutes, full feature length about what it's like living in Keene and living free. So one of the days when I was out filming the courthouse, 2 sheriffs came out to arrest me for the very act of standing on the sidewalk. That's literally the charge. It was trespassing on the public property. And I ran away, but my camera died while I was running. So, you know, people saw that I ran away and was successful for a little while, but then there was a second chase and I had to jump over a fence. I felt like it was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I had the boom.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, man. But they caught me because I was wearing these big clumpy boots and it's middle of winter, so I couldn't run very fast, and jumping over a fence just wasn't going to happen. So I had to jump back over it. Like I ran out of steam, and just like threw up my hands in the air, basically waved the white flag to right to what's that dude's name? It doesn't matter. So here's this guy. He's in the same situation, and his friend, he lets him jump over a fence. Atlanta police hasn't commented on the details surrounding the case, but several officers tell us Mathis and Williams were friends. That's why he helped the fugitive escape from the home. Williams was arrested for hindering the apprehension of a criminal in violation of an oath by a police officer. You know, that's one I would think he would get away with. I mean, how could they prove that he was hindering apprehension of a criminal? It's not like he threw a bunch of sticks or banana peels in their ways or something. He's at least made
just couldn't climb a fence.
Right, seriously, it's I'm getting a cramp. I
ain't gonna make it, Sarge.
That cheeseburger I ate on the way over. Both Mathis and Williams were apprehended by the fugitive unit of Atlanta police. Williams was released, but Mathis was denied bond and remains at the Fulton County Jail. Well, wait a minute. Wasn't Williams who the police officer won? Yeah, Tommy Williams. All right, so Tommy's free. Williams is charged with violation of oath of public office, obstruction of an officer, and hindering apprehension of a criminal. He was suspended without pay. Wow.
Well, thank God, huh?
When does that ever happen?
That's a rarity.
He was suspended without pay. Where is this again? Atlanta. He's probably out of money. He's due in court this Friday, and I'd be willing to bet that in a few months he'll take some sort of plea deal that's essentially a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, and then in like 6 months you'll hear about him suing to get his back pay for the time that he was without pay.
Yeah. This is a story by Adamo Freeman. And it looks like he continues. He says, this is just another messed up story that serves to highlight that police are more than likely to act criminally, assist actual criminals, or harm you in some form than anyone else. Police allow drugs to be sold in the streets because it's a business they cannot stop. Police will help their friends because most people would help their friends. Police don't care about the law because the law doesn't care about them.
Drugs is also a business that we're finding out more and more that they're involved in. So,
and why wouldn't they be? The incentives are all there.
Sure. It's $1 billion business, right?
Right. They can make a bunch of money, and he's not going to get away with it.
Tax-free.
I mean, he is. I mean, right. They are going to get away with it because they're cops. So, Adamo continues here. If you want to see two of the most severe recorded cases of this, you can read up on two highly publicized people, Whitey Bulger and Freeway Ricky Ross. These guys not only had police officers in their pockets to turn their heads, but as protection, tipsters, and escorts for drug running and criminal activity of all sorts. If that doesn't tell you that the police are serving their best interest and not yours, then I don't know what would. Stories like this shouldn't surprise you if you're paying attention.
It goes even further with Freeway Ricky Ross because his supplier was a CIA operative.
We need to start thinking of an alternative to this one-size-fits-all government policing service. We're all being force-fed here. I know I'm tired of this poor service. Are you?
I am. I know I certainly wouldn't voluntarily pay for that service.
Hell no, man. So, no. Very upsetting that a cop would assist in a murderer escaping. Most people don't think of the cops that way.
You look like a cop with them sunglasses on, Derek. So.
Yeah, these are my cop sunglasses. These are aviators.
Am I free to go?
Yeah. You're not being detained. I got one.
Am I not being detained?
Yeah, this cop, he was suspended without pay. He got to keep his job, even though he was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who knows if he's going to go back to the force if he were found guilty of those charges, if he would even be welcome back. But here's a story of a cop fired for striking a handcuffed suspect. Listen to this, and then we've got a video. The video was posted to CopBlock Central Florida's YouTube channel. It shows Detective Zach Pickett striking a man in the face while reading him his rights. Let the irony sink in there. Daytona, Florida, police accused of punching a handcuffed suspect who was in the back of a patrol car on Friday has been fired following an internal investigation. So this is one of the cases where they actually interviewed themselves and decided that they have done something wrong. This guy can't just punch a person on video.
Y'all gonna drop me a comb?
I guess he's got to be a little more careful about it. Should we start? I want to start this video. I want to see this. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, play it.
All right, so here we are in the cruiser. This is the dash cam video that's facing backwards towards the inside of the cabin. We're seeing the police officer maybe writing some sort of ticket in the driver's seat, and there's a man sitting in the back of the cruiser who's probably under arrest.
Why? For what?
Possession of marijuana.
I don't have marijuana.
Damn, mute your mic, man.
You little motherfucker.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Alright, bitch.
Stop it.
Why?
Stop.
Fuck you! Little faggot!
What the hell is going on?
Take a pill.
It's all audio. I mean, I'm not seeing anyone move around on this video. What the hell? Are you seeing any movement here?
No.
Possession of marijuana.
There's somebody just moved past the door there.
Oh, okay. There is movement. This guy's just sitting there all stiff. You know, that is amazing.
Where the hell did I pick fucking possession of marijuana?
So here's all this uproarious behavior. Cop slapping a guy around in the
right
back
now,
of his,
I'll fucking start
back
kicking
of
the
his
hell out of
cruiser.
it.
And this cop doesn't have the decency to even turn around and see what's going on.
We have the opportunity. No one has the opportunity.
Look, just hold on. Just because the slaves can pick the head slave doesn't mean that the slaves are free.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Look, if people actually got up and voted for things, there might actually be some change.
People do actually get up and vote for things, and change always results in the same crap.
What are you going to do that's different?
I have two choices between crap sandwiches, man.
You're speaking out of inside your mouth. On the one hand, you're saying, "Oh, hardly anybody votes, so you can barely say this is a person of right." And then I said, "Well, gosh, people get up and vote, maybe things will change."
Hold on, that was only one thing he brought up. Here's what I mean. When people do vote, it doesn't make any difference because of a number of reasons.
People never vote in numbers that could actually reflect what.
Why should I vote for any of these thugs? They're killers. They're murderers.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.
I love that show.
FM.
It's a great show.
DVD, books, music, instruments, periodicals, computers, software.
All right, that's enough. That's enough commercials. Actually, I'll turn them down. This is my new trick. Instead of just muting the commercials, we'll let them be real low. I don't want them. I want to be able to hear a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm trying to fight off my munchies. I want to go eat some peanut butter and fluff. You have that when you're a kid? You're Fluffernutter, exactly.
I'm fucking almost 50 years old. How could I not know about a Fluffernutter?
I don't know. It freaks me out a little bit because, like, food, it's not food. It's
it's some simile. We're always trying to make vanilla or chocolate out of vanilla.
Yeah, I wish. I want some chocolate out of vanilla. Sounds good.
No, seriously, man. When you go get like chocolate shakes and stuff like that from certain places, I'm not going to say specific places because it's going to depend on where you get them from, but They're vanilla ice cream with some like chocolate shit added in it.
That could be good though. Chocolate?
No, it's not. It's really not.
No.
No, really not. It's trying to turn vanilla into chocolate, and it just doesn't work that way. You need chocolate. And chocolate is chocolate, and that's it.
Yeah.
Cocoa is necessary. There's
I thought that's what it was. When you add the chocolate, you're adding cocoa. And,
you're adding some facsimile, but you're not adding the actual.
All right. So I gotta get some. New articles. You grab a few for the next. We got 6 minutes.
Sure. How about cop logic leads Canadian Mounties to murder a black bear?
What? Cop logic leads what?
Yeah, one of the things because these Canadian Mounties killed a black bear for not coming out of a tree. Like they coaxed it down and then they shot it and said they shot it because it came down.
It's weird.
There's video to it too, apparently. So if you want to, let me get I'll give you the link over here in the chat for this here.
Shot and killed by OHP troopers was armed, but OHP says it's unknown if the pastor tried reaching for his gun. I'm Jonathan McCall. Brittany has the night off. On Fox 23 News at 9 on Saturday, we told you troopers...
That's that pastor story?
Nehemiah Fisher during a call...
Oh, I didn't realize it was me making that noise.
Fox 23's JJ Burton has
been
monitoring new developments all day long.
That'd be a good one to go over too.
Now saying about the incident from behind...
All right, cool.
Go back, motherfucker.
Hey, Bernie Sanders is coming to Keene on Saturday.
Who?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
He's
football player?
He's the Vermont politician who's a total socialist. And he kind of talks like this. And he wears suits even though it looks like he does not belong in a suit. Like he should probably be put in some grandpa slippers and a robe.
Some slippers.
Yeah. He is he's pretty funny and cool, except he's a socialist. But other than that, I'm torn. Should I go and heckle him or should I go and support him? It's like I don't really know.
Ain't nobody calling in or nothing?
No.
That blows.
Yeah. What should we do? I should post about it on Facebook. I haven't done that. I forgot to do that today.
I will post about it in the chat as well.
Well, the chat knows. They don't want to call in. They want to be in the chat room. They're a bunch of pussies.
Chat pussies.
They are. Who's one of the guys in the chat room? I don't know if he's there right now. Let me see. Yeah. LRN Newbie 066. Or no, at the time it was LRN Newbie 420.
No.
He was saying that the Cheshire County Sheriff is elected. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's appointed. And I just read you the article where he was appointed. And LRN 420 is like, oh, tell him you're a fucking liar, like making shit up. And it's like, you do it. Here's the number. Call in. Pussy, you won't. And he hasn't.
What's good? Is that you?
It's what, me?
No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
No. There was a fucking ad playing when I pulled this up, and I couldn't find where it was.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm almost out of time. I got to post that thing about CopBlockRadio. I made a little image for today's episode. tag you. Funny.
Okay.
Pig fucker.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rod Farva here with CopBlockRadio. We're back for hour number 2. And if you loved the movie Super Troopers as much as I did, perhaps you'll enjoy the new chief of police here in Keene. His name is Brian Costa, but you could just call him Rod. What the hell is that noise? Yeah, you can call him. Yeah, what are you doing over there? You like constructing something?
No. Not doing anything.
What's squeaking?
Nothing.
You're lying to me. I can hear.
I'm not.
Are you squeaking?
I'm not squeaking.
All right. Well, anyway.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're live. We're back on air. Hey, Rod Farva is the new chief of police here in Keene. And we have a couple other stories. Did we even finish up the last one? This guy was, yeah, we did. He was shot, or he helped the murder suspect escape. Yeah. And then I wanted to move to this next one where I shouldn't laugh. Oklahoma pastor shot and killed by police in high flood waters. You know, the problem partly with me reporting these stories, Dio, and I wish someone else would take us up on it. Like anyone else who enjoys CopBlockRadio, please, if you love reading these stories, share it and join in with us, because it's it's good to spread the announcership around. But I start laughing at some of these headlines I shouldn't be laughing at. It's part of the problem. It's like I'm reading Oklahoma pastor shot and I start cracking up. It's not appropriate. I started doing a show you might know about, Theo, called Sick Sad World, and it's on YouTube. We only had 6 episodes, but I want to come back to it because it's been calling me. If I'm laughing at these macabre stories, it's something that I should share with the world. So anyway, here we go. An Omogi, Oklahoma man.
That's
Nehemiah Fisher. Did I get it wrong?
No, I'm just saying it's a mouthful.
Oh, it's Okmulgee,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Nehemiah Fisher, assistant. He's an assistant pastor. It's not even the head pastor. Why am I on the cop side on this one? I should be on the victim side here. Okay.
Hallelujah.
Assistant pastor at Faith Bible Church in Tulsa was shot and killed Friday night by Highway Patrol Officer Mark Southall and Michael Taylor during what seems to be a very confusing interaction between he and his older brother, Brandon. The account of the story, according to Oklahoma Highway Patrol, differs from that of Brandon Fisher, who was there when his brother died. According to Captain Paul Timmons, quote, Nehemiah Fisher walked directly to Trooper Southall, grabbing and shoving him to the ground, and the rescue mission turned into one of self-defense. However, what took place is told much differently by Nehemiah's brother, Brandon. It doesn't seem to add up to the claims that the police are making. According to Brandon Fisher, he and his younger brother were fishing on a family property when officers entered the area. The truck they were in stalled, and they were trying to push it out of the driveway. The two brothers couldn't hear what was being said and did not identify the two men talking to them as police. They began to trudge through the water towards the officers. At some point, they got close enough that Nehemiah lost his footing and fell onto Southall. It was then that he was fired upon by both officers and died on the scene. Nehemiah's wife, Laura, said of the police report, quote, "He was the nicest person I've ever met. He was very giving. He made me want to be a better person. I can't picture that happening." His father told the Associated Press, "This behavior is not like my son. He was as gentle as a dove with people who needed a hand. When it came to being a Christian man, he was the real deal. He was twice the man I am, and I'm proud to say that." So, wow, what a story as these Oklahoma Highway Patrol have made such a mistake. If you'd like to do something to remedy this situation, they may not face any criminal consequences for their actions, but if you believe what the police have done in this situation is wrong, you can give them a call. 918-627-0440 is their phone number, and we've got another phone number and address listed at CopBlock.org, where you can get the details on this story, or if you're watching along at home, you can see them on your screen now.
It's a crazy story, man.
Yeah. And it looks like we've got an ad down there, too. This is a good-looking ad. For $1 a month, you can support the CopBlock Network. So there are details at CopBlock.org/network, but basically that money goes into making articles like that one we just shared with you, happen. And those kind of articles are unique to the internet. You read these kinds of stories everywhere about the tyranny that's coming around, but then you don't see what you can do about it. And CopBlock.org is really good about giving you solutions, like here's some information and here's something you can do about it. It doesn't straight up say call these people, write to them, visit them, but by giving you their address and phone number, it's suggesting it. And so I think that's a good solution, is to open lines of communication. Otherwise, we're just building up walls of resentment behind telescreens here, Let's go and talk to each other. Let's have peaceful confrontation and maybe have, some better solutions. Maybe the police would go through some training in Oklahoma, or, maybe training can fix this, or maybe some compassion would help police not see everyone who's not wearing a police uniform as a threat, someone to shoot. Like someone who falls at them, maybe catch them instead of shooting them.
Well, the Cleveland police have agreed to stop pistol whipping people, so that's a step in the right direction.
I imagine we have Dio to thank for that.
Actually, Department of Justice. The consent decree has come down, and they're gonna, take over and do whatever they're gonna do, and try to get some more training for these guys. I know they were talking about getting them training for like dealing with people with mental handicaps and things like that. So that'll be one good thing at least to come out of it. It's not ever going to come. They're not going to come close to what's really needed, but it's a step in the right direction.
Worms. Hey, I was struggling at the beginning of the segment because I sort of lost my foothold here as to where we were in the show, but we were just in the middle of a video when we cut to break. And I want to return to that. The cop who was fired for striking a handcuff suspect. One of the things that I noticed about this video, Dio, was that the cop in this situation, not the cop who was striking the man, but the cop here, the one at the front of the video who just sits idly by while his colleague is beating up a man, and he's just going to let that happen. And he's not even perturbed. He's not even looking in the other direction, seeing what the hell's going on. Listen to this.
Where the hell did you find marijuana? Where?
Sounds like the cop is lying.
There was no marijuana in my backpack.
Hey, your name's Parker, right?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, my name's Zach.
How are you?
Good. Hey, I understand this whole situation.
No, where the hell was the marijuana in my backpack?
Listen to me for just a second, okay?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I'm rather upset. What's that?
You want some answers or what?
Yeah, I want some answers.
Okay, listen. Because you're under arrest, I want to read you your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything.
Yeah, shut the fuck up!
Okay, so he just hit him there. And the cop in the front, I was wrong, did turn around to look at that happen. Now, This is my first viewing of this video. In all in full disclosure, but I do not like the suspect in the back of this police cruiser. Just gotta say, he's not acting very nice. The cop in this situation is being polite and calm and respectful, up until the point where he uses his fist to communicate with the suspect. So that's this point. Let's back it up 5 seconds and then watch that happen again.
Listen, because you're under arrest, I want to read you your rights. You have the right to stay inside. Anything. Yeah, shut the fuck up! Fuck!
Chicken fucker!
Slap me in the face like that, bitch! On! You want to slap me in the face like that? On! You want to slap me in the face like that? Oh! Calm down. Hell no!
Calm down. You just punched me in the face. I don't think so.
Calm down.
Wow.
That's crazy, man. Fucking, he made the guy, see, that's the thing, right? The guy may be an asshole and everything, but it still doesn't warrant getting punched in the face.
Yeah, seriously. Like, that's one of those things. I know it's really hard dealing with shitty customers. Like, that's what this guy is, right? Like, the police.
A shitty customer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I've dealt with shitty customers at JCPenney in the customer complaint department. I've dealt with shitty people on the street who are mean to me when I'm doing.
Did you ever punch somebody in the face?
No. That's
Okay.
the point I was getting at. You can't punch people in the face, no matter how shitty they're being to you. It's not okay to aggress against them in that way.
It's not cool, man.
Not okay. Hey, this was me.
Because you're scared of me. What am I being paid for? You're being served. What is that?
I don't want to talk to you.
You know, I've been going back there. I've gone back
Jay's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and
Going back to where?
to that place where I was banned from. My ban was temporary. It was only a year.
Uh-huh.
So I went back 2 weeks ago and then last week, and they had all the walkie-talkies out. There's some kids out here. We got some kids with video cameras and material. They're handing out Bitcoin flyers. They're handing out Philosophy of Liberty flyers. They got video cameras. They're talking to the kids. It's not safe. We got to get the cops out here to escort them.
We got to shoot them.
There were 3. Nah, New Hampshire is not like that. There were 3 cop cars that were all surrounding the school that weren't there the week before. The cops came out. They weren't like all huffing and puffing, adrenaline Russian style. Maybe I should say this for on air. Tell people what happened.
Sure.
You gonna be at Keenvention?
I no. Is that when is that?
That's after Porkfest.
No, we got to get back here. We're gonna have to be getting back here.
No, I mean in the fall. Like it happens months after Porkfest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've no plans yet. Then.
Yeah, it's the next big thing that happens in New Hampshire. I think there's one on the seacoast that I think happens before it.
I love that.
Anyway, it's close. What?
I love that you got a coast on the ocean.
Yeah, man. New Hampshire has everything. It's got mountains for skiing. It's got beaches for sunbathing and boating. It's got airports that you can fly out of. Keene has a local airport.
My family used to do a lot of vacationing up there. We used to go to I can't remember the name of the city that our friends used to live in New Hampshire, but we used to go like to Cape Cod and Martha's Vineyard and shit like that all the time.
Really cool. I could see it being really cool in like 50 years. You know, New Hampshire's like, it hasn't matured yet. It's not like the rest of the country and the places I'm from. You and I both been in New Jersey, very matured in its statehood. Not the people aren't mature, but I mean the places.
Mm-hmm.
Very developed. New Hampshire's not.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
Hey, if you enjoy blocking cops and visiting CopBlock.org, you might also enjoy Victim of Crime Spree. It's a movie that features several arrests for video recording the police. By myself here in Keene, New Hampshire, back a few years ago, is moving to New Hampshire as part of the Free State Project. And if you're someone who loves freedom, boy, you really can't discount the idea of concentrating your body geographically with others who think like you. It is a very powerful thing to enhance your activism. If you're out cop blocking and you're feeling alone, you will be joined by many others if you move to New Hampshire. There are lots of us who enjoy doing that sort of thing. So anyway, just a quick plug for the freedom community here.
I've been there. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, man. And we're both going to be at Pork Fest soon, so that's a great time to check it out. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, you still can. And porkfest.com, P-O-R-C, as in porcupine. So we're returning to this video of a cop who strikes a really douchebaggy suspect in the face while the guy's telling him off, and the cop's trying to tell him his rights, and then he just punches him, which is clearly not the right thing to do, but it's what happened. And it was on video, and that cop got fired. So, I can imagine the days. I can imagine the days of this in the past where the cop would have just gotten away with this. Pre-video, there's no way that he would have been fired for this. But here we go.
Listen, because you're under arrest, I want to read you your rights. You have the right to stay inside. Anything.
Yeah, shut the fuck up! Motherfucker! You want to slap me in the face like that, bitch?
And the guy in the front's looking like, I didn't see nothing.
You want to slap me in the face like that? Parker. Parker, you want to slap me in the face like that? Oh! Calm down. Hell no!
Yeah, what are the conditions where they arrested this guy?
Slap me in the face! Calm down.
He is so riled up.
Hell no!
Relax. You spit on me.
I ain't spilling, motherfucker. You slap me in the face. No, relax. Relax. Now you're lazy. Okay. You're going to have a seat on the ground. We're going to make you sit on the ground, okay? How's it going to go?
There's something, as much as I do want this guy to relax, I can empathize with him as, having just been attacked by a police officer. It's like, you've got me in handcuffs. You've got me in the back of your car. I don't know who you are. You've got a team of people who are willing to do all sorts of dirty work and look the other way while you slap me around. And you're telling me to relax? How am I supposed to relax?
Hey, take the cuffs off. I'll show you relaxed.
It's like, I know that's the right thing to do. The guy in this situation should calm the fuck down. But given his situation, is he acting irrationally?
I don't think so. He was just assaulted. He was just assaulted. What are you going to do?
He's such a douchebag, but I'm feeling more empathy for him now. It's like it's two douchebags duking it out. So here we go. Let's finish this video. Cops have him surrounded on the back of the cruiser. He's trying to articulate what happened, like I suppose for some sort of video recording, since he knows maybe someone will hear it. Looks like there's other cop cars around, so he's probably at the jail. I don't know. But that video is at CopBlock.org if you want to go watch it for yourself. And shoot. So
brought to you by Michael Burns of Central Florida Cop Block, man. This guy, he's always in the shit with them. He's got a lot of videos out and stuff, and like getting he's always getting accosted when he's doing like First Amendment checks at police stations and jails and stuff like that. He had a case a while back where he what was it? He was sitting outside of a place recording a cop who was like working a security job across the street, that cop went and called the police on him and told them that he was masturbating in his car. And then, like, he ended up getting a bunch of the public records request to find out the like who made the call and all that fun that stuff. Found out it was that guy, and they, if I remember correctly, the police investigated themselves and found out they did nothing wrong in that case as well.
Wow, nothing wrong. That's amazing.
I mean, he's calling and making false police reports about saying the guy's masturbating in his car when he was just simply recording him,
Wow. Well, that's just one man's opinion, man. Anyway,
call you the dude.
Hey, I have some good news, Dio. Missing man has been located by the Greece police.
The Greece police.
The Greece police. I got the video right here. Let's see. Are they going to mess this one up? They found a local guy.
Tonight with breaking
He
news,
was
a man
missing.
shot and killed by a police officer
Oh!
outside the mall in Greece. Now tonight, we're learning what police say led up to the shooting, and we're hearing from witnesses.
Oh,
The shooting
he was
happened
shot and
outside
killed.
of the Sears store at Greece Ridge. This was about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
The Greece police chief says the suspect was shot after some sort of altercation.
Greece police.
We have video
Say that
audio
fast.
of the shooting. Take a listen.
Who's got video of this? There are so many freaking video cameras around nowadays.
It looks like from across the street.
Team coverage tonight on this officer.
Shots fired, shots fired. They train these guys to act the craziest ways. It's almost like in the training videos, they're saying, all right, now roll up to the scene with as much aggression and force as possible. You want to be as scary as you can be. And then point guns at anything that moves right away. Just train your guns on the thing that's moving and say, don't move, hands up. And then just fire if anyone makes any sudden movements that aren't exactly what you require, even if maybe they're doing exactly what you're saying. Shoot.
Don't forget to yell, stop resisting. That's going to save your ass.
Yes. And then stop resisting. That's the... Oh, yeah. Thanks, Slay Joe in the chat points out this is another vertical vid again. So, yes. Sorry about the vertical vid.
Please turn the camera to the side,
Now with
please.
the very latest
Yeah,
on the
please.
investigation in Lynette. What can you
Just
tell
like this.
Well,
Over like this.
Patrick Phelan tells us officers had been looking for a man who had been reported missing earlier in the day. When the officer spotted this man coming out of the mall, the officer thought this man matched the description
The officer from the Greece police.
That's the guy that's
Now, to
missing.
put in
Kill him, kill him.
perspective Where this happened at the mall. This incident happened in what may be considered the backside of the mall or an overflow parking lot near Sears.
It's
Chief Phelan
called
says
the
when
back
officer
of the
approached
mall.
man, he began to threaten the officer with a weapon. Phelan says the man was carrying a loaded handgun. That's when the chief says the officer fired at the man. The man was pronounced dead here at the scene.
You're allowed
The
to
chief says
carry
the
a
man's
loaded
family was worried
handgun. I'm sorry. Where did this happen? We're going to have to do a little more investigation.
The Greece police.
I know it's the Greece. Oh, Greece, New York. That's why. All right. Well, you don't have freedom in New York.
Mm-mm.
No. We've got more about the Greece police when we come back.
No gun rights in New York.
No.
Doesn't happen.
Bad.
Can't even drive through the motherfucker without having a problem.
No. The judges give that beating a 5.55. Oh god, it's bad that it's getting so common that I'm laughing. I am so desensitized to police violence now.
Right?
Such a joke, because it's all too common. This is the new world we live in. Sorry, it's too funny, and it's sad because, like, honestly, what I was thinking was that wasn't such a good punch. Did you see it? I watched it a couple of times from the officer to the guy. It didn't really connect. And it wasn't very fast.
He's going through the window too, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, be careful you don't like accidentally hit the side, you fuck yourself up, you know.
Anyway, it was not that impressive of a hit. He even said, I think he said smack. Like, you smacked me, like you slapped me. Like a slap. In the article, they call it a strike. You struck him. They would call it a punch if it was a full knuckled fist, and it doesn't sound like it was. So it was probably just like, "Gah."
Oh well, that's not worth that much in court. So
yeah.
Sorry, dude, we're not going to be able to get you thousands of dollars. And
Who?
He's not going to be able to sue and get a bunch of money. I'm saying.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a little echo back. Why is that?
Don't know.
It's coming through you. Is it coming through your headphones?
I don't hear anything in the headphones, no.
Are your headphones the source of your audio right now? You're hearing me through your headphones, right?
Mm-hmm. There's no there's no speakers hooked up to this computer. Except for these.
Let me try something. I'm going to turn my audio way up. And say check. And if I can hear myself back, that means the sound is coming through your headphones and back into your microphone. So I might need to ask you to turn your headphones down a little bit, but let me see. Check. Check. All right. Damn, that was super loud in my ears. But no, I am not hearing the echo anymore. So whatever it is, might have been a glitch from Google. Oh, here's the ad for Keenvention.
Of key liberty activists from across the Shire. You can explore the beautiful little city of Keene, discuss various forms of activism with seasoned veterans, do some Robin Hooding, and learn about making the move. Keenvention received rave reviews last year. If you missed it, visit keenvention.info for full video coverage of every speaker and panel. This year's keynote speeches and panels will be announced via the Keenvention blog and Facebook, so stay tuned there for the latest. Join old and new
I'm hearing the echo
friends in
again.
Keene for Keenvention this October 30th through November 1st. Tickets are available now at a special early bird price of just $50 via credit card or Bitcoin. That $50 price only lasts through the end of June, so don't delay. Reserve your ticket now at Keenvention.
better?
Visit keenvention.info for more and look for our page and event on Facebook. That's keenvention.info.
What'd you change?
There's a little volume knob on the back of the microphone here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how.
Okay, we're back.
Broadcast.lrn.
CopBlockRadio. Hey, you can watch the show at copblock.org/show. We're talking about a cop who killed a guy. He located a missing man. Yay! And then he shot him. Aw. Sucks. That's kind of what police do. Police held a conference that provides the victims' names and video from security footage from the mall, and we've got that video for you now. Take a listen. If it'll load.
Now back to the
There we
breaking
go.
news we brought you earlier. Late this afternoon, Greece police briefed the media about
So we already heard about the Grease police here.
The Grease police.
I'm gonna move up a little bit.
See how she approached the vehicle?
Late this afternoon, Greece Police Chief Patrick Phelan provided a video that gives a better indication of what happened yesterday afternoon at the mall at Greece Ridge. The video came from surveillance cameras at one of the mall stores. It shows Officer Eric Hughes approaching a gray Camry in the parking lot. Inside that car was 23-year-old Joseph Ladd of Greece. Police began looking for him after a concerned friend called 911.
A friend of the male reported the male had taken a large quantity of Xanax and that he was being violent toward him and making suicidal threats.
By the time police arrived at Ladd's home, he had left with his girlfriend in the Camry. Officer Eric Hughes spotted the car at the mall and approached. At that point, Phelan says there was an altercation with Ladd.
The car began to drive forward while Officer Hughes was partially inside the car and partially outside the car, dragging Officer Hughes some 70 feet.
According to Phelan, Hughes noticed a clip of ammunition in Ladd's pocket and saw him reach for his waistband. Phelan says at some point Officer Hughes fired 2 shots into Ladd's chest. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Phelan was unable to say if Ladd ever drew his gun or fired a shot. He also today told us that Ladd was not the registered owner of the gun, although it's still not clear where the handgun came from.
Mr. Ladd does not have a New York State pistol permit.
This sounds kind of like suicide by cop.
The origin of the purchase of the pistol. To the best of our knowledge, it has not been reported stolen, but it is not registered in the state of New York.
Not registered. Oh my God, I don't care. But yeah, anyway, it sounds like it was some sad dude who took a bunch of drugs, was out rolling around, and I hate this. I love rolling around with no particular goal in mind in my car, but then I feel like the cops are just gonna be like suspicious or something for some reason. Like, oh, what's that guy just chilling there in the parking lot doing nothing? And you see, that's exactly where he was. He was found in the parking lot of a mall. Like maybe he was hanging out, maybe he was doing some drugs or relaxing or whatever. And maybe he was suicidal. Maybe he did have a gun to kill himself. But, you know, did the cop need to be involved? Like, oh, that looks like the missing person. Like, okay, if he's driving a car, he's an adult. Like, you don't file a missing person report on an adult. Right? Like,
no, I wouldn't. I mean, it's just you're inviting something like this to happen.
I feel like you file a missing persons report so that if they find you, you know, up in the river and you're dead, they can identify a body and have someone to have a suspect for it. It's not like, oh, okay, we'll go asking around. We'll put up pictures of your face on telephone poles and we'll be, you know, it's like, I don't know. This cop was getting in the middle of something that he didn't really need to be in the middle of. He introduced himself into this situation, and it's sad that he shot the guy. But it does kind of sound like he could have been shot himself. It does sound like it was a situation where it might have been justifiable self-defense.
Yeah, but how do you know? I mean, is that in how the cop approached him or whatever? Is it, you know?
We'll never know because there wasn't
drawn and, you know, hey, man, you're going to do what I tell you to do or I'm going to shoot you. Or was it, you know, like, hey, you know, we got this report and how are you? Are you okay? And stuff like that. And then that escalated to, oh, fuck you, man, just shoot me. Or, you know.
Yeah, but he did see a couple of bullets in his pocket, right? It said that he saw it.
It a clip. I mean, did he see? Was there a gun there? Did it even? He said there was an unregistered gun, right?
Yeah, and he said he reached for his waistband, so he was reaching for likely a gun, likely to shoot this cop that was in his car that he started moving while the cop was in there. I mean, like he was doing bad things. This guy is not a sympathetic character. I mean, yeah, the cop sucks for killing the dude. There has to be another way. Maybe reach for your taser instead. I don't know. There's like, but someone started
things to do.
Me, and you're a cop. I mean, that's kind of justifiable. I want to move on from that story, and go to here's more bad cops. Cops betray sheriff's department. Inmate visitor beating ring. Signed plea deals. Wow. Story by Asa J at CopBlock.org. Viral with the commentary. Lots of comments on this article. 5 deputies with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department have been tight-lipped since 2010 when federal authorities first launched investigations into a jail beating ring that targeted visitors of inmates. What? They beat people up for visiting? Oh, I guess maybe like if you're a ripper or someone who's a child predator and you get visitors, maybe they would beat that visitor up or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just taking a guess. Like, have you heard of this happening?
No, but that's pretty crazy though.
Yeah, federal prosecutors.
You're just saying they beat up the visitors of the people that are in the jail?
You heard right.
They're not beating up the prisoners, but they're beating up the visitors?
That's what I am understanding here. 5 deputies with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department have been tight-lipped since 2010. since federal authorities first launched investigations into a jail beating ring that targeted visitors of inmates.
That's
Federal
crazy, man.
alleged deputies beat visitors to the Los Angeles County Jail in a windowless, secluded room, and then wrote false reports claiming the victims had instigated violence. Now, 2 of those officers have broken ranks and signed plea agreements, meaning they could be utilized by prosecutors to testify against other officers. Gee, Dio, what do you think the likelihood is that these guys are just going to spill their guts?
I plead the fifth, as I might incriminate myself.
Well, they already have incriminated themselves. They've signed plea agreements. So with that probably comes some immunity clause. They could probably just say anything. But when you're involved in a beating ring, I mean, you've really got to skip town. I would be looking over my shoulder the rest of my life if you squeal on people like that.
Yeah, true, right?
Officer,
These are not people that you really want on your bad side, are they?
the 2 officers who are the squealers reached a deal regarding the primary case in question, which involved a man visiting his brother in the Los Angeles County Jail in 2011. At the time, officers claimed that Gabrielle had fought with them in a waiting area and had to be restrained. The 5 deputies involved in the struggle denied the man's allegations that he had been handcuffed and beaten without cause. Jesus. One of the deputies ended years of denial by admitting officers did, in fact, brutalize Gabrielle, who was handcuffed and held to the floor in a room at the sheriff's department's main jail facility, the beating room. Gabrielle was attacked on February 26, 2011, after deputies found him carrying a cell phone in the waiting area. Ooh.
It don't take much, does it?
That's a violation of jail rules. After discovering the cell phone, deputies said they handcuffed Gabrielle and escorted him to a booking room. What happens next?
We'll find out when we come back, I guess, eh?
We'll find out when Cop Block Radio returns. And a very special announcement about a New Jersey man who's fighting for his gun rights.
On LRN.FM, we talk a lot about alternative currencies.
Yeah.
Cool. What's about the guy in the New Jersey with the gun rights?
Stefan Josie. That's funny. Somebody said I posted Cop Block Radio's live on Facebook, and Steve pointed out maybe you should wait for him to deny your CCW before you make fun of the guy. Nah, fuck him.
Fuck him. Man, damn right.
Sorry, Farva. He looks just like him. I mean, it's not a stretch, right? I mean, look at this face.
No, it's pretty close. It is pretty close.
Farva. Big fucker. That's all I'm gonna think when I see him in the street.
It's just hard not to just bust out laughing when you meet him, right?
Yeah. Say Ramrod. What's he say? Oh,
call it car ramrod. I wrote it down on the paper. Yeah, I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Boy, it sucks getting old.
You ain't old.
Oh, yeah.
How old?
44, but
that's not old.
That's pretty old. It's halfway there.
It's pretty old. Halfway there for now. We're part of the generation that's going to live forever.
It's a little more. It's a little less than halfway to your aunt.
She's 97.
I said it's a little less than halfway to your aunt.
Yeah. Halfway.
It'd be like, what, 48? 47?
Yeah. More like, yeah. Yeah, I can't find that article anymore about that kid. Do you have one? Do you have an article to close on?
Yeah, you want to do that black bear thing if that's cool.
What's the black bear thing?
There was I told you they had the bear was up the tree and they coaxed it down and then shot it and then said that they shot it because it wouldn't come out of the tree or something like that. Was it?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Should I do the cop block panel like Keen mentioned? I gotta get some water.
I mean, we got the rest of this one to come back on too, you know.
Yeah.
So. That's another couple paragraphs down there that we can go into with that one. And then I don't remember in the beginning, did I actually mention how Brelo got arrested again now, or? Where you going? I'm talking to myself over here.
Onion News Network. You can connect with the Liberty Radio Network via our Facebook page at facebook.lrn.fm. That's facebook.lrn.fm.
Oh shit! Put the drugs away. You're listening to Cop Block Radio, and the cops are at your door.
Right? Meow.
What do you do?
Don't open it.
Don't open it. What else do you do?
There's nobody home.
No, don't say a fucking word. And what else do you do?
Hide?
Yes, and what else?
I don't know. Put a tinfoil hat on your head?
Video record.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that part. I'd be doing that naturally. I'd be doing that naturally, so I don't even think about that as a what do you do next?
Oh, Dio's just always live streaming. Well, Bamboozer is a free app that you can download and use to stream video live to the internet. It plugs in with Facebook to let all your friends know that you're live streaming. They can even join you in a chat room. It's a terrific free app that you should use when the cops are at your door. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. So that public service announcement brought to you by CopBlock.org. And we're finishing up a story about cops betraying the sheriff and these deputies who love beating people up in the beating room. You know, some people just suck and need a beating. So these cops, they took it upon themselves to do the dirty work of handcuffing people who had cell phones in the waiting area and putting them on the ground and roughing them up a little bit. So back to the story from copblock.org. Bloody blah. Okay. So
Carrillo alleged in his lawsuit, however, that both his hands were cuffed behind his back the entire time and the attack was unprovoked. He said he was beaten until he blacked out, and then when he came to, he was sprayed with mace.
Wow.
Carrillo was charged with battery, resisting deputies, and attempting to escape arrest. He faced up to 14 years in prison, but all charges were dropped against him a week before trial. And all because he forgot to leave his cell phone in the car. You know, that's crazy, man. Deputy Womack has now agreed to a plea guilty to a felony charge that he lied to FBI agents when he said that he did not know if Carrillo was handcuffed or not. Seems a small detail to me, but here we go. Deputy Zungi Mungi, that's a hard one to get out, who had faced allegations of abuse and dishonesty, also entered a guilty plea earlier this year, court records show, but that agreement with prosecutors was sealed by a judge keeping its contents secret. Another nice little trick they like to use. The plea deals mark the first time in 2 decades that a sheriff's deputy has been convicted in federal court of crimes related to excessive force. The 5 deputies begin their criminal trial on June 16th. Prosecutors have painted Sergeant Eric Gonzalez as the ringleader of the group who fostered abusive behavior against inmates and their visitors. Gonzalez, as well as the other implicated deputies, Susi Ayala and Fernando Lubiano, maintain their innocence and have pleaded not guilty. In the civil rights lawsuit approved and finalized by the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors last year, Carrillo was awarded $1.2 million. So that's another $1.2 million that Los Angeles taxpayers are going to have to cover for these guys.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I mean, well, because Los Angeles is one of the ones that's probably got a high number of these types of awards given out to people who their people abuse.
Here's another award.
Yeah, award. Here's your Grammy.
Got good and beaten up by our local cops. Here's your award.
Here's your award. And a punch in the face to go with it. And you get a broken nose. He said he suffered a broken nose, extreme bruising, and facial paralysis as a result of the incident, but has since recovered with no permanent damage.
Jeez, man.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, makes me think. Who owns you?
I own me.
I own me. This guy owns himself. And, these cops, I guess they're going to face some criminal charges. So I like that the tide is turning a little bit. I don't know if it's a tide turn or if it's just a couple of fish getting thrown, to placate the wolves. The American people are upset about the way the police act, about the over-militarization of the police. We don't like seeing tanks rolling down the street. We don't like seeing men in all black uniforms and Kevlar vests holding M16s or whatever the fuck these big guns are called. I don't know. I don't like seeing my town like a war zone, basically. And I think most people...
There's certainly a lot more people now that are, like standing up against, like saying they're tired of it and stuff. There's the cop block reach is really going far. It's everywhere. People are recording a lot more. There's a lot more video evidence out there of this stuff. So,
that's the next step. That really is the phase we're on. Like we've accomplished phase 1, which is inform the public that this is happening. Phase 2 is get people to record, join the solution. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So please pick up a phone, pick up a camera, pick up an audio recorder, take a step in that direction toward making the world more publicly accountable, making these police accountable for their actions. You see someone pulled over, you got a minute, go film them. Make sure that the police don't violate their rights, because it's happening every day. And we got no one else to look out for us except each other.
And someone else may do it for you someday too. So, just keep that in mind when you're out there doing it.
That's right. A lot of these people that we report on from CopBlock.org, the only reason we know about them is because of good Samaritans like you who are out there using their cell phones to record what's happening when the police pull up. Hey, that looks a little screwy. Those police look like they're acting a little aggressive. Pull out the phone. You see police lights? I mean, this is what I do. As soon as I see any indication of police around, I pull out my phone and start live streaming. You don't use the video? Big deal. You've got it ready just in case you need it. And in case some audio picks up, what if you hear a gunshot? Too late to turn on the camera. You can't get that anymore. So it's better to have video and not use it than to be kicking yourself saying, oh, I wish I had evidence of what happened just in front of my eyes, but now it's going to be the cop's word against mine. So I guess
I miss my phone.
Don't expect justice. What happened to your phone? What are you talking about?
I had a brand new iPhone 6 Plus and I dipped it in a fucking creek. I was trying to take a picture of a waterfall, and I slipped and fell, and the thing went in the water. So,
Fuck.
yeah, no insurance, no nothing. So,
Is it completely toast?
oh, it's completely it was submerged. It was. I was trying to. I had it in. I actually had it in my hand and was like holding it underwater, trying to get up out of the water. It was bad.
Sometimes they can survive that. You put it in the oven.
I sent it away to this place, this ifixyoureye.com. So we'll see what they got to say about it.
I hope they can do it for you, man. That's rough.
Me too. Me too.
What you got is defense. What you got up is backup for your.
Oh, I got a nice new Canon video camera.
Oh, okay, good. So you're all set.
1080, beautiful image stabilization. It's a nice camera.
Cool, man. So, all right, we got to wrap it up. Major announcements. I'm going to be cop blocking. I didn't get to even share this story, but last week I was out handing out literature to young people at the high school from which I am banned, or was banned back during the victimless crime spree days. And I just wanted to hand out some literature about Bitcoin, but hey, the police were there. They said I had to go. If I didn't leave, I'd be trespassing and they would arrest me. So I went. They haven't given me any kind of order, so I intend to go back, and I probably will encounter those police again. If you want to see those videos, check them out at my website, TheDerekJ.com. And in the meantime, go to CopBlock.org, read some of the articles there, and if you've had interactions with police, please submit your stories to CopBlock.org/submit.
And don't forget, you want to rock some gear. Let them know who you are and that you're going to be recording them. Get a shirt, get a hat, get something, get a badge. You know, our badges don't grant extra rights, but hey, they're cool.
Yeah, that's a good point.
CopBlock.org/store.
Yeah, letting them know that you're out there and letting them see the logo, see that they'll start to recognize. Like, I know a lot of the cops on the force, they've seen CopBlock.org before. They know what it is, and they know what cop blockers are doing. They're there to record them, to hold them accountable. And trust me, they've had training on this by now. How to act.
There's a Welcome Leo's page there too. So,
and generally they have better behavior when they're on camera. So you're going to have better interactions with the law enforcers. Hey, this has been an awesome episode with you, Dio. Thanks so much, man. Derek J, peacing out. The Derek
Dio
J.
out.
CopBlock.org/store. Mwah.
What if the key to achieving?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, successful. Man. Well, thank you again. Thank you, everyone watching at home. No major announcements to close with tonight, except Bernie Sanders is going to be in Keene this Saturday. So I'll hopefully get some cool video of that. Check it out at my website, TheDerekJ.com. Thanks again. Peace.
Later.